And we're through the... And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. Nothing seemed to give way on... And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Paul George really making a difference here.
And even though the defensive pressure and attention was squarely on him in that first half, yet he's still able to be the most effective player. On the floor.
But for him, Greg, it's nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, we don't expect anything less, and I bet he has even more in store for us during the stretch run.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Lavoy Allen out there with Paul George. Then there's Ellis. Then it's George Hill, and it's Mahimi in at the center position.
You know, I can think of one way to describe...
They can't guard us on the perimeter. They spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really... Solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams. Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Hill against Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. That's now 8 points for Andre Iguodala. Pacers trail by 4. Outside, George. And the Pacers another 3.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Front past the arc. And Stephen Curry another 3. Curry's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Warriors. Hill against Curry. Ellis with the screen for Hill. And it's Ellis penetrating. Green with the rebound.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Side out.
And the call will be against George Hill. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Turner's checked in for Mahina. Solomon Hill comes in for Allen. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. The Oracle Arena was rocking last season, with good reason. The Warriors would finish a league best 39-2 at home last year.
And how about that 39-2 record put them one off of tying the best record ever in the NBA. That record, by the way, belongs to the Celtics with 40 wins back in 1986.
Curry against Hill. Takes a 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And George, here we go. And it's sent back by Bogut. Barbosa against Hill. Barbosa's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch four-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Green, and it's Klay Thompson in for Leandro Barbosa. Warriors leading by 5. Feeds it to Spates. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Stolen by Miles. They're running. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Hill.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Pacers trail by 5. Hill passes to Stuckey. Turner with the screen on Thompson. Here's Stuckey. Here's Hill, and the rejection by Ezeli. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the third. Now Lawson. Here's Miles. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More action.
He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
That really could be a morale-crushing three-pointer, fellas. What a way to head into the fourth quarter.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Pacers trail by 6. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Iguodala out there with Maurice Spates. And it's Ezeli in at the foul spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
He dishes it to Ellis. Takes it off the glass. Ellis has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Pacers.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
The shot by Curry, no good.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
And he gets it to go. And 11 points for Paul George.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Curry with it. Picked up by Turner. And Turner with the block. Curry attacking. Out to Thompson. Goes back up. Bullseye. And the Warriors lead by 2.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
And a wide open look here for Ellis. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Lawson's got 4 assists in the game. No good from Spates.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat. Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside. The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
That's good. Now it's a 5-point Pacer lead.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
That's good. And that's now 9 points for Monte Ellis.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
The shot by George, wide open. And Indiana, another 3. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a